Shootmania, so please do subscribe to that. We've got a lot of Shootmania content coming up, and it looks like it is going to be poor Billy for 6-pool on the attack first.
I am excited. So this is the top-down view of our first map. It is called Leap of Faith. Essentially, the attacker hits a couple of jump pads to leap up onto this level ground here with the defenders. Poor Billy trying to move around the right side here, and sometimes, just going to warn you, we may get confusing when we say right side or left side. Essentially, defenders are the only ones who actually call out which side someone's going. As the attacker's alone, he doesn't really need to call anything out, so occasionally we'll refer to the right side of the map as the left side or vice versa. Bear with us, we'll try to explain when we do that, but oh, poor Billy, nice falling jump shot there, but he does take that second rocket. He's down to only 1 point of armor and still 2 defenders standing.
Yeah, and now the capture point is available to be captured. There are 2 different countdown timers. The first one is 45 seconds and counts down green. That's just until the point can be captured. The second one counts down red. Not going to matter though, and that's the last of the round in the time, or last of the time of the round, and our attacker is done for. Now, usually we'll look at the observer view back with the defenders closest to us. You can see what we're referring to as this is the left-hand side of the map. This is the right-hand side of the map when we give call-outs.
That's right. Or sometimes we'll say the player's left or right, and it's just much easier to understand. But we do have 3C felons. 3C does stand for Third Coast. These guys have obviously played some great matches already to get to these semifinals, and this is a best-of-5 series. So if Third Coast, for example, is to win Leap of Faith, their match score, which you can see on the left and right side, both teams have a 0 right now. Their match score will improve to 1-0. So felons already off to a good start here, already picking off 1 defender without taking any defensive damage. Usually the first defender can sort of justify getting killed if they land that rocket, because then it just becomes 2 armor hits against 2 defenders. But with time running low here, felons actually has a good chance of being able to land this attack successfully.
Very nice shot there through the back as well. So just 1 more defender on the cap point. Usually at this point you have a pretty good chance of being able to kind of rush it and dance around, as we see actually happening here. Now, defender goal right there, obviously you want to try and force them off the point. Even though there's only 1 person left, you may have a chance to be able to bounce them off. The rockets, if they don't hit you directly, they will still move you, so you can actually shoot a rocket at your opponent's feet, pop them off of the control point, then try to score a couple hits or just keep them off the point until time runs out.
Okay, so right now you can see the defensive positions that Third Coast is taking, none of them using that jump pad to actually hop on top of the goal. Instead, Hot Mustard is going to be doing the spotting. He's already found Grain, and of course he is going to call out to his teammates where he sees the enemy. Defensive teams can actually use a marker to place these little X's on the ground where they're currently pointing their crosshair. So if you've got the guy in your crosshair and you place that marker down, the rest of your team will be able to see that even through walls and through terrain and all that. So they have a general idea of where you just saw the attacker at.
Oh, wow. And Grain actually had, you didn't see it right there, a couple of shots come right behind him, though, so got very close there for a second. Now, a very long recharge time on the laser. Very nice juking, though, from Grain. So usually once you fire a laser shot, you'll see it. Defenders will actually rush the attacker a little bit. He's just going to try and jump on top of it. Can't quite get it. And that is 3 in a row now for Third Coast.
Wow, Grain unfortunately couldn't hit a rail to save his life, literally, as he was killed.
Yes, he was.
He is unable to hit a rail. That's okay, though. So we've got the defensive setup for 6-pool. It looks like Grain is going to be able to fire some spam shots, and that's we sometimes call that a spam shot or a prediction shot, prediction rocket, whatever you want to call it. Basically, you know that the attacker is going to have to come through certain points in the map. So if you see him near a ledge or near a corner that they're going to be peeking around, then you can fire some rockets. This is an interesting path.
I like that
you don't see very often. You can hop up on here, but the problem is hopping back down, right? Because you're going to be somewhat exposed. Luckily for him, none of them managed to land a shot on him. Hot Mustard is actually one of the better rail players on Third Coast. He does take a point of armor, though, from that guy on the left there, Grain.
And now is when things get a little bit testy, because the defenders will all congregate around the point. They'll save their rockets, get ready to kind of just blast a huge volley. And if one rocket hits, usually it forces the attacker into a predictable spot. And there it is. That's going to be 3 in a row there. So finally, 6-pool taking back around.
All right, 6-pool, yes, finally getting a point on the board for this map, Leap of Faith. Unfortunately, they're still going to need to land an attacking round if they hope to take this first map. Essentially, it's sort of like tennis, where if you can break the other guy's serve and still land all of your serves, you're going to win the match. And that's essentially how it is here. If the first team to defend lands an attacking round and defends successfully all the rest of them, they're going to win 6-4. So it's very vital that anytime someone lands an attacking round, you need to do it as well. or you're going to lose the map.
Vorticor almost got caught by a little prediction rocket there. That was a very nice peek from third coast. Unfortunately, not able to hit it, but it was a good effort nonetheless. Kept Vorticor pushed off the point a little bit longer. 2 rails missed so far for Vorticor. Oh, and he takes a quick double tap from Hot Mustard.
Yeah, double tap is obviously just a term for taking 2 consecutive rockets without being able to really do anything about it. Sometimes you can get that mythical triple tap, and that's really embarrassing. Sometimes it happens though, like defenders will hide, but right now the time is counting down. He hasn't hit a rail yet. There's that third armor shot. So 3C, third coast, already taking a 4-1 lead. Things are looking kind of scary for 6-pool already.
Okay, well, they'll need to, as Josh was mentioning before, it's usually a lot easier among the top teams to be able to take defensive rounds than anything else. So they've really got to hope that they're going to be able to pick up an attack round. Actually, if they do, they'll probably get 3 rounds in a row. So it would be all tied up again if they're able to really land that attack round.
All right, so looking at these defensive positions again, looks like they're going to stay the same. We're swapping around here. You can see the marker actually placed down. That X was along the left side, so you can see what I was mentioning earlier. Pop Trunk is just moving around. He's using his endurance very slightly at little intervals so that he can juke around a little bit. Instead of spending it all at once, now he needs to spend it all at once so that he can get out of there. The endurance is the bottom right gauge that you see filling up there. It's essentially your jump and sprint resource, and he hits a nice rail there. Only 2 defenders left now, but time is getting low. He's going to rush the cap.
Oh,
ring
my
around the
God.
rosy, doesn't quite get
96%. And since the cap actually takes about 1.5 seconds or 2 seconds to take, you can see 4% away from that is just a fraction, the smallest fraction of a second he was away from being able to capture that point.
That's right. Anything over 90% is just heartbreaking. I've fallen victim to that, obviously, many times. I think I had a 91% and a 96% when we played our first match against B2G earlier this week, and it just hurts, man. It almost hurts as much as when you're an attacker and they rush you down and you don't even get past your own spawn.
Oh, poor Billy. Narrowly missing a rail shot at the same time, narrowly avoiding a rocket from his opponent as well. There's a very nice shot about 20 meters out, and he's going to try and rush around the back here. This is, you just saw off to the right there, the defender's start point. Now, some players on the attack will actually utilize this jump, but it looks like he's given himself away, and Third Coast knows exactly where he's at.
That's right, and it's tricky when you take the high ground over a point like that. It's tricky to ever hop down because rockets will actually suspend you in the air if they hit you from below, and goal is captured.
Very nice cap.
All right, so 6-pool putting an attacking round up now. Can we hit tab and see? Okay, so only 1 attacking round landed for each side so far. That essentially ties the game back up, even though the score is still 4-3 for Third Coast. The attacker is usually expected to not be successful, right? Because that's what's going to shift the score and ultimately in the end. So the more attacking rounds, the better your odds of winning overall.
Okay, so Felon's making his way around the right-hand side there for a second, just kind of waiting. Oh, knew those prediction rockets were coming through, and very nice job to kind of jump right over the top of them. So let's take a look at the defensive position that 6-pool has set up. They've got a pretty good triangulation of where Felons is at, and he's going to try and make his way around the back. Yeah,
poor Billy is just playing the point, as we call it, where you just stand on the goal. He doesn't want to risk exposing himself, and he doesn't want Felons to be able to run in here undetected. So down to 1 armor now, taking 2 pretty quick succession rockets there. Only 1 health left, and he's got all 3 defenders standing. Things are not looking good for Felons. He can possibly rush the cap, but it's going to be really, really difficult. Yeah.
And there he is. Goes down, and that's what we were talking about. The defender usually does win the set, so we have a 4-4 tie. Now, it is first to 6 points, of course, but you have to win by 2, so much like in tennis. So it could be quite a long round on our hands.
That's right. Well, the next attacking round is going to put their team in a very nice position because if you can defend, land an attacking round, and defend, you're essentially going to break that 2-point difference that you need to win the map. So really, next attacking round is what these players are looking for. 6-pool Grain. Earlier, his attacking round, I don't believe he hit anyone, so he's looking for some redemption here. Here's your second shot at trying to make your team proud.
Well, he did take 1 quick rocket there and hasn't been able to pick anyone off yet. Very nice job by Third Coast to actually back away from that little elbow there, which was and a great rocket from us. It almost actually finishes Green off as well. So Green going to try and make his way around the top here.
Whoa. So risky.
Open shots, but now the goal can be captured, but this is the worst possible spot for an attacker to be in.
That's right. 1 armor left. Time is running out. 3 defenders standing, and there you see he even gets suspended in air there. Finished off by that last rocket. So Third Coast is going to be Hot Mustard attacking once again.
And this is for the win for his team. And we've seen that he is a pretty adept and does have one of the better laser rifles, actually, in the NA scene at the moment. Oh, but he takes one prediction rocket right off of the start.
That's really disheartening, and now he's automatically at a disadvantage. Of course, you know, rails are instant kills, so it's definitely not over by any means. We'll see if he's going to be able to catch these guys out. He took a really long shot there, and I have to say, anything over 80, over 100 meters, really difficult to hit. Basically, the way hits are detected in this game, yeah, there's basically 3 hit points on each body that you have to connect with to be able to land a hit, and past 100 meters, it's just really difficult to get all 3.
Okay, well, Mustard going to try and basically rush his way through. Lands one great shot there, but unfortunately takes the second rocket to the face. Yeah. Can't land another rail, and it's all tied up, 5-5. If we're not going to 6 points, it's going to be at least 7.
All right, so that was actually a really scary situation for Hot Mustard. Did not work out. I mean, he killed the first guy, still had 2 armor left. That's an okay situation, but to have the other 2 defenders just sitting on top of you like that is really hard to get around to the cap. He needed to land that second rail a little bit earlier and just didn't work out. Vorticor is going to be coming up now for 6 pool. He is actually... actually, I think I would probably put Poor Billy as maybe the best rail on the team, but Vorticor is still very solid. I know he's killed me from over 100 yards before, so we'll see how he does here against Third Coast.
Okay, well, Vorticor making his way around the left-hand side there, starting to pop his way up to the top. You can see Hot Mustard right there just laying in wait for the moment, just waiting for Vorticor to peek his head out. Oh, wow, and an easy shot there missed by Vorticor.
Yeah, it's really surprising, actually, to see any players at this level just standing still at all. Essentially, if you're standing still and you think you know where the guy is, but suddenly he's behind you, I mean, you're giving him that free shot, so it's nice to always at least dance back and forth as you see all these players doing now. Time is counting down, 4, 3, nope, not even going to reach 3 before taking those last rockets to the back and face.
Yeah, that's right. And because 6 pool did start on the attack round, you can see that if you would evenly trade off, the second team would usually have the advantage because, again, the defenders are expected to kind of win the round. So throughout all of this, Third Coast has pretty much been on match point, or on map point, I guess I should say.
That's right, but essentially if they shut him down here, it'll tie it up. If they land an attacking round and then defend one more time, that's all they need to win. So again, every single round here is make or break. It just so happens that Pop Trunk can actually win the entire map right now, should he land a couple of rails here.
Okay, well, Pop Trunk trying to roll his way around to the right.
Ooh.
Oh, runs right back into a prediction rocket. This is where it gets very tough for attackers. Oh, but he's isolated one defender, but misses the open rail.
Okay, so you'll notice, oh wow, 1 armor left. Things are not looking good. Even if you were to get past this defender, 2 defenders remaining would have not been a good time for him.
Okay, so we are 6-6 now. This first round, this first map actually going pretty long.
That's right. It's very evenly matched here in the semifinals. We're down to only 4 teams, and they've all won at least one match to get up to this point. We did have to do some seeding. We did not have a full round of 16 bracket, unfortunately, but all these guys have already shown that they are, you know, should be here in the semifinals. You'll notice with these prediction rockets, sometimes, most of the time, you'll only see 1 or 2 very nice shot. That good flick right there. Basically, when they're firing prediction shots, you only fire 1 or 2 at a time because ammo conservation is so important in elite mode, not just with rockets, but with the rail as well, because the recharge time is quite considerable. If you miss a shot and time is counting down, you're really going to be kicking yourself.
So if you guys are enjoying this, you want to see more Shootmania content here, as a very nice shot once again from Poor Billy, and he's actually in a really good position to take this. Going to run ring around the rosy.
Oh,
he
my
gets
goodness.
it as well with just 1 armor left, and the advantage definitely going to 6 pool. Guys, we want you to get out there, get on Twitter, tweet at Shootmania, hashtag Shootmania as well. Get this out there. Let your friends know about it. Get them to the stream because we're really excited about this game. We want more people to check it out. Let them know that shootmania.ign.com is where they can go to check out this stream.
That's right, and 3C Felons, it all rests on his attack round now. If he gets taken out, then 6 pool will actually be the first map here in this best of 5 series. That's never a position you want to be in a tense situation like this best of 5 semifinals. Felons looking for defenders. They're not even going to give him any shots. They're going to all play the point most likely. They don't want to risk blowing this opportunity. And oh, look at that, actually. I think that's Vorticor that's been playing that backside, but we'll see in a moment who it actually is. It is Grain, and he is going to land a prediction rocket, so it's actually an equitable trade there. 1 armor for 1 defender. 14 seconds left. Felons, will he be able to do it?
Oh, that was an open shot, and unfortunately he missed. It was just off, shot a little bit down and to the right, but it comes back with a great one. Will he be able to capture the point? 2 hit points remaining, trying to get on it, and he's down! And 6pool takes the first map.
Wow, poor Billy has to feel like a champ landing that attacking round for